Hi, fam. Welcome back to New Earth Rhythm Podcast. So we're in post-eclipse clarity now, right? Like we had the 2 weeks of eclipses from February 17th, solar eclipse, to March 3rd, lunar eclipse. Crazy times, real crazy times. I had no desire to jump on here to share anything on social media. I was just riding these waves, observing what my body was trying to show me about where I was at in the creation process. As I've been really structuring my life this year around the Celtic wheel and the laws of creation itself. So, in the Northern Hemisphere, December 21st, we had the winter solstice where a new rhythm was seeded. And then February 1st was Imbolc, which is like first fire. And now we're headed to March 20th, which is Ostara or the spring equinox, where everything had to reprioritize and reshuffle in order to get extremely crystal clear about what is going to grow and expand now with spring. So it could have felt really chaotic as all of these, as you're like getting realigned to the true rhythm of the new year. Now, I know a lot of people that listen to this podcast are in the Southern Hemisphere. And so you guys are in a totally different energy. Like you're headed towards fall. Go download my free 2026 Sovereign Strategy map to specifically look at the Celtic wheel. But that's not what I want to get into today. I want to talk about where we're all collectively at in the stages of creation. Like we're all learning how to become conscious co-creators and what it means to work and live and create in harmony with the laws of creation itself and with the rhythm of Earth herself. This is why I keep talking about the Celtic wheel because it is a true map of creation. And the more you attune your life to it and your creation cycle and your work cycles to it, you will be creating your highest path forward, your most successful, abundant, and prosperous life forward, your dream life, right? Um, and then as we are aligned, embodied, and now consciously co-creating, we're learning how to create with the laws of creation itself. This is everything that is in my mystery school. But I just want to share with you guys some of that post-eclipse clarity that has landed. So we had the lunar eclipse on March 3rd, which was wrapping up the eclipse season pretty much, right? Since February 17th, when we had the solar eclipse, 2 weeks of like this wobbly ass energy. Then it brought us to the lunar eclipse, right? And then on March 7th, like 4 days later, we had a Mercury Cazimi, which just means Mercury retrograde. It's the midpoint of Mercury retrograde and it's illuminated by the sun. So, this is when you get all of your insights, when clarity emerges, when you get your downloads. And the way I've been describing it lately is it's when you can see your entire ecosystem tree of what you are actually creating, what you are actually building, what you are allowing to be moved through you into the physical world, right? So, this is why I talk about being aligned and in coherence. It means you're a clear vessel to receive more life force energy, more infinite intelligence from Source, God, Goddess. It's a frequency that you are attuned to. You're able to receive the information because you are a clear vessel, a clear antenna. You've cleaned your instrument. So it comes through you and then it moves through your body through divine inspiration and passion and gestates within you. And then you move forth by taking divinely inspired creative action, finding a perfect balance of focus and flow, right? Learning how to have that masculine focus and feminine flow, learning how to take bold, courageous, strategic moves in life, finding the balance of strategy and magic so that your dream life can be co-created through you, right? This is like everything I'm all about. This is my MO, this is my doctrine: align, embody, create. When you are aligned and you're in coherence, you're a clean vessel. Then you're embodied. That's when your inner world, your inner truth becomes your operational reality. So there's no more compartmentalizing parts of yourself and parts of your life. Like when I was younger, I used to be like, okay, I'm spiritual. When I'm with these people, I'm like able to unleash my spiritual like jargon and flow onto the world, but then when I'm at work, I have to be this different version of myself. Sometimes I can tap into this, sometimes I can tap into that. Like it was very like fragmented, right? And then as I learned how to come into alignment and accept who I was born to be, so the language that I like to describe that in is through numerology and human design. So for me, coming into alignment was accepting that I'm a 5-1 creative manifester, left angle cross of migration, life path 33. That's my inner truth, right? But then it became my operational reality once I started to live in harmony within and throughout and trust my inner urges, trust my inner authority, and reclaim my energetic sovereignty and then start to consciously work with the laws of creation, with the laws of the universe, with the law of rhythm, the law of correspondence, right? I'm tuning out of the matrix, tuning out of the just collective societal norms of who you should be, how you should work, how you should move through life, like AKA hustle, grind, do the same shit, same output every single day. And I've reclaimed my inner authority, my inner rhythm, and I learned how to live in harmony with my unique cycle and with Earth's cycles and harness the laws of creation itself. That's like pure embodiment, right? And then you start to consciously co-create by surrendering to the creative wave that controls you. That's how God, God, Goddess, Source is getting more light into the world, is through that frequency that you surrender to, that creative wave that you surrender to, and you take divinely inspired creative action with clear strategy, devotion, and aligned willpower. This is the New Earth Rhythm Doctrine, right? And learning how to understand that we're here to harness these different cycles on Earth rather than getting tossed around by them. So I always say the sun sets the direction, the body sets the pace, the moon reveals what is true, and the earth integrates over time. So, sun setting the direction, what that means is we're all collectively in a universal year number one. 2026 is a year number one, new beginning, first note of a new octave for everyone. We're all in this collective new energy, right? And we're all collectively experiencing tropical astrology. We all exist, tropical astrology is man-made lines inside of a pie where there's 12 equal parts of the pie that is ruling over culture, the market, trends, the collective. Okay, that's the direction of the collective. So we're learning how to use this one clock, which is sun time. So we're attuning to sun time, starting to match up with sun time, right? But that's not where you end. Like you don't just, that's just not it. Okay, that's just one level to it. Then you've got your body time, your body's capacity, which is why I say your body sets the pace. There's sun time showing the direction, but then your body is setting the pace. This is why I say look to your personal year number to see what you specifically have capacity for this year and what your energy and what your body and what your nervous system is prepared to do, create, experience, and hold this year, right? So this is why like no trend or no collective or like cultural transit or trend is ever going to sweep you up and take you with it if it's not aligned with what your body is telling you, if it's not aligned with what your body has capacity for. So the sun is setting the direction, the body's setting the pace. As you're learning to live, work, and create in this rhythm, so much shit is going to happen throughout the month, right? And then it becomes really clear and obvious during moments like the full moon and the new moon, because these are just illuminators. The moon does not control you. It does not influence your energy. It does not influence your emotions when you reclaim your energetic sovereignty and your authority. The moon loses all control over your emotions and all control over your unconscious reactions because the whole way you've reclaimed your sovereignty and your authority is because you stopped acting unconsciously, right? That's what shadow work is. That's dissolving the old loops of unconscious, programmed, conditioned ways of being and beliefs and identities that aren't truly you. You've unraveled all of that by coming into alignment, coherence, and embodiment. So the moon loses control over you. It's simply a revealer. So at moments like the new moon and the full moon, everything that you've been working on during those 2 weeks and everything you've been creating and all the experiences and conversations you've been having and the way you've been moving your body and what you've been experiencing and observing, all of a sudden you get like a snapshot of a very clear view of that creation cycle and where you're at in that creation cycle. So that's why I like to do podcast episodes on full and new moons because I can see what's been going on the last 2 weeks and have this clear snapshot to speak to the energy, right? So it reveals what is true. And then the earth integrates over time. This is where we bring in the Celtic wheel. This is why it depends on which hemisphere you're in. The northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere are like opposites on the wheel, right? I'm obviously in the northern hemisphere. And so we are in the early stages of this latest creation cycle, which begins with conception at Yule, which is the winter solstice, December 21st, 2025. The new rhythm was seeded. That was when there's this new rhythm, a new creation cycle for whatever it is that you are building a part of your ecosystem, which we're going to get into in a second. These are like the downloads I received with that Mercury Cazimi the other day, all about the New Earth rhythm ecosystems. We'll get into it, just setting the stage. Okay, right. So there's a new rhythm seated at winter solstice. Something new is coming online. And as the sun, moves north, your highest path forward for the year is starting to light up. Then February 1st, there's Imbolc, that's first emergence, first fire, like first declarations, first public appearance or whatever about that new rhythm. And then there's this weird time between Imbolc and Ostara or the spring equinox where all of a sudden you like think you got the new rhythm, you think you know what you're doing, so you're taking action on it and you're doing it and you're creating and you're living it and you're moving it into form. But then you're going to run into like chaos. Like there's going to be all these things that start happening that show you what is actually a part of the new rhythm and what is a distraction, what is not quite formed yet. Where are you leaking energy? Where are you not prioritizing correctly? So, this is when your body is going to make it very obvious what is wrong and what is not a part of the new rhythm. So, for example, let's say a part of the new rhythm you thought that you wanted to do a collaboration with someone. So then you're doing the collaboration for like a couple weeks, but then you start to notice that you're extremely drained every time you're like working on the collaboration or thinking about the collaboration. Like your mind is telling you it's a good idea, it's a part of the path, it makes sense for the new rhythm, but your body is telling you something different. Your body's trying to reveal what is true, right? But you can only know that by doing it and by just trying. Like this is the time to try. This is the time to just go for it and experiment and then see what your body is telling you, what is actually a part of the new rhythm and what needs to be refined. This is the ultimate recalibration. This is when you get back on alignment, okay? So it could come up as like feeling like chaotic because it's this moment of you think you have the clarity, you think you know what you're doing, and you're doing some of it, but then all of a sudden it's not like quite working out how you thought. This is the golden time, baby. I've realized that this is the most important stage of the creation cycle. Most important is when it's seated at the new rhythm, right? But then this is the most important time because this is your last opportunity to completely refine and recalibrate and get back on track so that now your clarity and your crystal clear intention about the new rhythm, that's what gets amplified and grows and expands with the spring. So this time is so underrated between Imbolc and Ostara if you are in the northern hemisphere. And I'm saying this just to show you what I mean by the earth integrates over time. These moments on the Celtic wheel, these 8 times throughout the Celtic wheel, right? Spring equinox, then we have Beltane, then we've got summer solstice, then we've got Lammas, like first harvest, and we've got Mabon. Like these are all the stages throughout the Celtic wheel. These are the times where you're learning how to take all of these different rhythms and movements and the energy of like the entire year, the energy of everything that you're doing for the entire year, and have very clear moments to put your intention on creation, like conscious co-creation with in harmony with these important moments that Earth herself is going through. You're matching your rhythm to Earth's rhythm, to Earth's root frequency. It is the true cycle of creation itself. And it follows the same, like esoteric Enneagram map of creation. Everything that is born, everything that is created in the world of form follows stages of creation, laws of creation. And so we're learning how to attune to them. Right. So this is when things start to get, if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, this is when things are so clear now, right before spring equinox or Ostara. And if you don't feel that way yet, it's going to start coming online the next few days. I'm recording this on March 12th, right? So it's like a little over a week before equal parts day and night. It's just ultimate clarity and refocus, recalibration. So spring starts with recalibration, and then it's got growth, and then it's got expansion. So what you focus and lock in on now is what will grow and expand in spring. So around March 7th, I had such crystal clarity finally emerge on my ecosystem, everything that I have been building for the past decade. As I've just been surrendering to the creative wave that controls me, learning how to live in alignment, learning how to trust myself, trust God, trust my inner authority, take bold, courageous action in the world, try, fail, pivot, refine, build, keep it going, keep it popping, keep it moving. That's the most important thing. Never letting bumps in the road impede momentum, literally never giving up, even during the hardest times. Like the last 3, 4 years have been the most intensely transformative, crazy times. My family has gone through so much in such a short amount of time. It's been like a pressure cooker um, of transformation, but it's all led me to this. I knew my life would be this way. I chose this life. This life chose me. And 2026 is one of these crazy years because it's the first note of the new octave, and it's bringing us towards 2027 is the reawakening of the solar plexus. I talk a lot about this. This is like my first episode of my podcast is getting into this. But I realized that all along I've been learning what the new earth dynamics, mechanics, and energetics really truly are. And it was recognizing that the new earth, the new paradigm, is built by coherent humans first. It's coherent humans first that change the world from the inside out. And the ones at like the front lines of this, the alchemists, the ones who are drawn to this podcast and to my work, you're at the front lines of this. You are a natural visionary, a leader. You know that you're playing a very pivotal role in this stage of humanity's awakening. Like to awaken is not enough. Like I see all this crazy shit on social media now about everything is coming to light. All of these disgusting, insidious shadow systems that have been operating within the matrix. Like everyone knows about it now. Everyone knows how disgusting it is, right? People are awake. But awakening is not enough to stop it. It's like, good. That's the first stage. Like, people are finally awake. People that used to bury their heads in the sand or call you a conspiracy theorist and try to make you feel dumb about you connecting all the dots on everything, but now they're calling you and they're like, yo, sorry about that. You were right all along. It's like, yeah, okay. Awakening is just the first stage. We all awaken, right? But then what do you do from there? You have to come into coherence, reclaim your energetic sovereignty, reclaim your inner authority so that you stop getting swayed and dragged through life and making compromises, right? And then you start to become a conscious builder, a conscious creator of the new paradigm. The new earth, the new paradigm isn't something we're just going to like stumble into because we've all awakened. That's just the first part. That's literally just like the bare minimum. You awaken, you reclaim your sovereignty, you become a conscious co-creator, right? So, essentially, by me doing this for myself, I've been creating a method for other people to integrate their awakenings and reclaim their inner authority, understand what they are here to build in this lifetime, and then how to be a conscious builder using the laws of creation itself, which is what my live two-part container Create is all about right now. It's a two-part build lab. So I'm recognizing that all of these things that I've been doing have come into my core doctrine, which I've just shared with you in the beginning of this episode. Align, embody, create. Everything I was doing since the very beginning, like my very first website I made in 2020 was called Align House because I was just learning how to come into alignment myself. So my whole focus is about alignment, helping people come into alignment. That's when I became obsessed with human design. That's when I became obsessed with Ayurveda, nutrition, and energy healing, and all this work to like come into physical alignment, emotional alignment, mental, spiritual, energetic alignment. Um, that was just, I recognized later as just the first pillar of my work. Because then I recognized, okay, you're in alignment and now you're wielding it. It's like the first step is accepting who you really are and coming into coherence with your true design. I say it's like completing the patterns of your personal sacred geometry. That's what it's like to finally remove your blockages and tune out of the distortion and stop trying to be someone that you're not and stop trying to fit into a role, stop trying to fit into an unnatural world, and you learn how to make your world natural for uniquely you. You've accepted yourself. That's the second. You've awakened. That's like step one. Step two is you've accepted yourself. Step three is, okay, now what are you going to do with it? Okay, you got to start taking bold action in the world. You got to start moving and this is like pure embodiment. This is when you become an embodied leader. You're being of service because you're actively going through it yourself and you're really earning your title as a leader and you start to earn your authority because you are now actively wielding and operating from that awareness that you have that is like your new baseline. It's like you've rewired your nervous system into your truth and that is now your baseline. That's what you're operating from. You're embodied. So then I recognize that as my second pillar and this is when I got really obsessed with like the laws of creation. That's when I did my law of rhythm series, learning how to attune to Earth's root frequency, the collective shift of our awakening and where we're headed and the reawakening of the solar plexus and learning how to use your authority in human design to make decisions and reclaim your inner authority. That's all in the embody category. So I'm like, that's the second pillar. And then I recognize that the stage after that is conscious co-creation using clear strategy and the laws of creation itself and your aligned willpower and your devotion. And that is the third pillar, which is create. So, part of my doctrine, everything I've been doing for the last 10 years falls into these three pillars: align, embody, create. And then, sun sets a direction, body sets the pace, moon reveals what's true, earth integrates over time. It's all wrapped up in my core doctrine. It's what I've been offering everyone one on one when you work with me, what my transformational journeys are all about, what my podcasts are all about, what my social media posts are essentially all about. Those are the roots of my ecosystem. So I'm recognizing that everyone has their own ecosystem and it starts with the roots, and everyone is their own tree. In the new earth, in the new paradigm, the new earth leaders are all creators of their own ecosystem, or you find an ecosystem that is perfectly in tune with who you are and your true role in life, and you know that you're like a puzzle piece that fits into an ecosystem. So I'm not saying that every single person has to be a founder or an entrepreneur. It's just that that's what my path has led me to. That's what a lot of people I've been attracting and resonating with the last couple of years. All my clients right now are founders, new earth founders, and entrepreneurs because they are building ecosystems so that you've got your roots that are like your doctrine and your philosophy, and then your trunk is like your core offer where everything is moving in and out of. It is your core offer. And I finally recognize that for me to be my mystery school. So the New Earth Rhythm Mystery School, where it hosts my philosophy, it is a living ecosystem of philosophy, practice, and culture for awakened humans ready to build a culture of the new era. For those who have moved through awakening and are ready to integrate their gifts, lead with coherence, and create meaningful work and culture in the world. It goes through align, embody, create. It is a philosophy of rhythm, leadership, and conscious creation. So I'm going to share with you guys now. I want to share my screen because the clarity about my ecosystem dropped in, and I know it's time to officially open the doors to the mystery school, and that I want to show everyone who's drawn to my work that this isn't um it's a home, like it's a true sanctuary for the new era builder generation. Like everyone who's drawn to my work, we are the new era builder generation. We're the alchemist generation. We're here to bridge into the new. And all of these systems and methods that I have experienced and then provide transformation for others one-on-one and through groups is a system that is now within the mystery school, and the doors are open to the mystery school. And so the New Earth Rhythm Mystery School explores the architecture of conscious creation, how coherent humans translate vision into structure, leadership, and meaningful culture. And I have it hosted on my circle community. So many of you are in the circle community, and you guys are in my free circle community, and you know that I post like free activations in there. Like I just had a free fire horse activation on February 16th, and I post updates in there anytime I create like a new guidebook or something like that. It's always hosted in there. That's like our home, that's our hub. And it's within the circle community that I also have the mystery school, but it is not lost on me that some people don't even know how to work the Circle community website. And so it is time for me now. I want to quickly walk you guys through this and show you because if you are, um, if you're drawn to this, I want you to trust that this is all arriving just on time. Like the clarity of the ecosystem just emerged for me. I'll put a picture of it on here too. But I'm recognizing that New Earth collaboration and within our different ecosystems, you collaborate with others in the New Earth when your branches naturally touch. And so that's what I mean by we are the New Earth infrastructure. And it starts by building your own tree first, your own ecosystem first, and then you see what naturally the canopy of the trees, where which direction they're going and which branches they're naturally growing out towards. This is conscious collaboration. This is conscious co-creation with others on the same path as you. And I've really broken this down into everything that you're going to find in the New Earth Rhythm Mystery School. So it doesn't matter what stage you're at. Like you come in the mystery school, and then all of a sudden, if you look to the left here, this bar on the left with the yellow, you have access to the entire align pillar, to the entire embodiment pillar, and the entire create pillar. So depending on where you're at in your personal journey, you might come into the mystery school and go straight to create. Or you might come in knowing that you're here to, learn how to make decisions in alignment with your natural energy and your highest good, and you want to reclaim and rewire your nervous system to where you're going. Then you go into the embody pillar. Or you might come in and you feel like you need to understand who you are and what your destiny is, and really understand your human design and exactly who you were born to be and how you can start living in alignment with your natural energy and creating structure in your life that reflects your true energy and learning how to create a life that is natural to uniquely you. You come in, boom, you go straight to align. So depending on where you feel like you're at, you have access to all of these different entry points. And if you don't know where to begin, then just start at the beginning with align and make your way through, or feel like you can bop around. It's choose your own adventure, right? And I'm going to have a quiz available too. That you take this quiz. It's like a 10 question quiz, and it'll tell you where you should start if you're not quite sure. So I want to take you guys through and show you. So in each pillar, we have let's see, we've got, where is it? Oh my gosh. Why can't I find it? Oh, the courses. Yeah. So the courses are where I am showing. Okay, so here you see these three different courses: align, embody, create. This is where the live wisdom teachings are with the guided activations. They're not live anymore. They were recorded last year and this year. But they are 1 hour each of a wisdom teaching and then a 1 hour guided meditation and activation to embody it in real time, right? So then we have align, embody, create. And we have this section over here too. I'm trying to like show you guys how to work this, and then all of a sudden I don't know how to work it. It's actually really simple. Okay, on the left-hand bar, you've got the live feed. This is where I post everything. This is where the free community lives. This is where I have like replays. This is where we give updates. Everything like that is in the feed for updates. Then you've got the mystery school right here, New Earth Rhythm Mystery School updates and announcements. This is just for those in the mystery school. Then we've got Align. This is the entire Align program and all of the Align assets, which includes the nervous system reset bundle, which is like master class about recoding your nervous system with human design. We've got PDFs with 3 really incredible nervous system regulation exercises. We've got guidebooks in there, the entire nervous system reset. Then we've got the embodiment pillar over here with all of those teachings in it. We've got guidebooks in there. And we've got the create pillar with the live teachings in there, like the live build lab. And we have the guidebooks in here as well. So you've got live teachings, guided meditations and activations, guidebooks. And then if you're in the membership, you also have access to these video activations. So these are transformational activations. And there's so many juicy things in here. Let's start from the bottom. We've got like dissolve old loops, keeping you limited, the root chakra and goddess Gaia activation. We have all activations for each chakra and the corresponding goddess available in here. How to receive higher mind insight is on here too, if that's what's jumping out at you. How to activate your inner authority is on here. And then my personal favorite is your solar return and your birthday activation. So when it's your birthday, I created a 1 hour activation on my birthday this year on February 27th. And it's one of my favorite things that I have created in a while. And so when it's your birthday, within like 72 hours of your birthday, pop in there, go watch it, go listen to it, and you'll see how your birthday is a portal and how it will catapult you into where you're truly headed. So all of this is available in the Circle community. So Circle's also really easy to use on the app. Like download the app. You can watch these on your phone, you can listen to them on your phone, or the desktop is obviously like super user friendly. That's why I chose this platform to host my mystery school because I just think it's as user friendly as it can get. Up top, you've got home. You've got the courses, you've got events, you've got members. Like there's certain areas like in the live feed up here in the updates, you can actually connect and chat with one another. And I'm going to add in a new section in there too that is where all of us can come together and share our new earth creations and our new earth ecosystems. That's where I see all of this headed. It's like you come into the mystery school and it's $50 a month or $500 for the whole year. So that gives you 2 months free. See what lights you up. Like if you want to start at the beginning at a line and work your way through, go for it. If you want to just pop in and go to create, go for it. But then in membership, we also have live calls each month specifically just for those in membership, for those of us riding these waves of the rhythmic symphony, 2027, reawakening of the solar plexus, all of us alchemists who have been on this crazy ride, especially since 2012, then 2020. Okay, in recent years, like 2022, shit started going down. That was like what I call the death of the old self. 2023 was ego shedding. 2024, karmic clearing. 2025 is learning how to build systems and structures to support where you're going. 2026 is how we're learning how to have balance with it, how to be conscious co-creators. 2027 is where it's like full steam ahead. Everything you have built, it's like you've built the vessel and now you get to live it and you're just catching fire in this wave of creation. We are the new earth builders. So the membership is for you. It's for you as a new earth builder. if you've been drawn to my work for years, okay, we're all on this same wave together. And so the live calls every month, they're probably going to be around the full moon and the new moons because that's when, we've got the illumination, we've got the clarity. That's the perfect time for a guided meditation and an activation. But if it's also, a random time throughout the month that I'm feeling like I want to jump on there and bring everyone through a guided activation that's going to be really beneficial to the community, then that's what's available too. So it's guaranteed monthly calls, and then you'll have access to me one-on-one. There'll be time at the end of those calls to ask me questions, to get some more insight. Also, everyone who joins the membership, I will create your leadership architecture map where I synthesize your tropical human design with your sidereal human design to create a really clear picture of your leadership. I call it your leadership architecture. It's like if you're drawn to my work, you are a leader. You are a new earth leader. And tropical and sidereal human design, the way I've synthesized them, gives really beautiful language for exactly how you are a leader, exactly how you are a builder. So that's included as well. And then you have access to me one-on-one if you have questions or anything like that. And you guys will get first invites to any other sort of live gathering or anything that I create within my ecosystem. You guys will always have first access to that, right? So that's like stage one of the mystery school. The doors are open. You are invited. This is your official invite. Would love to see you in there. Especially we've got I'm gonna do a live call next week, then I'm gonna do one for Ostara. So it's coming up. We're getting movement. I've already got a couple of you guys in there, which is so exciting. Thank you for trusting me to be your guide. And this is a school. This is a mystery school. Like these are the laws of creation itself. These are the things that they don't want you to know. These are the everything I've gathered within my different lineages of study. If you want to know more about me and my path that led me here, all of that is in there too. And you can ask me one-on-one. All right. So that was like stage one. And then stage two of it is what is actively growing and is going to grow throughout this year is the ability for us as a community to create our own forest, right? Like I said, each of us are trees. You root into your philosophy and your doctrine. The trunk of your tree is your main core offering that everything else like stems from, right? So I have my mystery school, and then I have all these different branches that are like my podcast, my the different media that I do, everything that I've been creating, all the books that I've written, all the guidebooks, everything, and then the things that I'm doing in person here in Vancouver at my live local, how I'm seeding culture locally, like all of this are my branches that are going out, and then as you live and work in harmony like this, you become a super magnet to other humans who are operating like this, and then your trees start to brush. Your trees start to intertwine with one another. You've got really a beautiful collaboration, and you see how we are all fitting together as these beautiful, magnificent puzzle pieces, or like a gorgeous forest in the new earth. So I want to give you guys a home and a space to share your new earth ecosystem. I want to give you an opportunity to utilize the platform to connect with other people, to share what you're doing, what you're co-creating, and to see how we can all work together and build together. I would love to offer that opportunity for you to share your gifts with us as well. Think of that as your home. That's what this school is. We are all learning in real time how to create the new paradigm, how to create a new culture, how to create a new society where everyone is in their gifts and genius, actively wielding their gifts and genius, and how we each play an integral part of the infrastructure, the architecture of the new world where we're headed. All of this is available. The temple doors are open. The school doors are open. I want you guys to join us at these live calls. Let's get to know each other better. Let's build community and keep the chat popping, keep it going. Let's support each other during this time. Community is more important now, more than ever. As the old is collapsing, it is our duty to build the new, and the school gives you the tangible and practical ways to really make this happen now as seamlessly as possible because your girl is learning in real time. It's everything I have learned and woven myself into a clear method with steps, with practical steps, tangible results as you become a coherent, conscious co-creator and find other people operating at that level, at those ecosystems, and just like and see, imagine what is possible as we have this home to all connect. All right. Please go join. I'll add it to the link notes down here in this episode. Reach out to me if you have any questions. I'm gonna pop on shortly to in a like probably a week and a half to do a deep dive about spring and Ostara. If you're in the Northern Hemisphere, look out for that one. But all right, that is all for now. Sending you guys so much love. Peace out.